fans. Hey, that's me. Today I'm with Jeremiah Plunkett.
Yo again, everybody. Jeremiah Plunkett and Quentin Charisma, and once again, we are smack dab along ringside, ready to go with another big week of the Territorial Rasslin Review podcast. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
All right, anticlimactic.
Well, just can't complain because last week was pretty bad up here in Bowling Green.
Yeah, that's true, and we're glad you made it through the bad storms up in Kentucky. But I know Mayfield got hit very, very hard.
Yeah, Mayfield got leveled, and Bowling Green got hit pretty bad. As of today, 17 deaths. It's pretty bad. And we got lucky because the second tornado, went right behind us. Our apartment has hit the Corvette plant, which my apartment complex backs into the Corvette plant property. It hit it and tore the roof off. Some of it caught on fire, so we got lucky.
I was actually about to ask that. I'd heard something happen, and I didn't know if it's the Corvette plant or the Corvette museum, because that's also up there, correct?
Yeah, it's the museum didn't have much damage at all. Now the Corvette racetrack, which is across the interstate from the museum, it got all tore to pieces. And then I guess it jumped back across the interstate and hit the Corvette plant. And that's one of our apartments just right behind it. So
did it do a lot of bad damage to the plant?
It tore the roof and caught some of it on fire, but I don't know how bad.
I know that candle factory in Mayfield.
Oh, that was awful, man.
I mean, it kind of sent that to the foundation.
Yeah. No, it just looked like it tore some of the roof off from it. I didn't really get to see it because we didn't get TV or internet back until late Sunday night, so I missed most of the coverage of the destruction, of that part. So, little quick glimpse of it, I saw it looked like it just tore some of the roof off, and they said there was a fire inside. So I don't know how bad it was, but it did get hit. But it was two different tornadoes because the one went down through Russell Road and over to the bypass is a different one. That was a stronger one than the one that hit out here where we're at. So, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we definitely want to send our prayers out to all those affected by it. I've got a former student who lives in Murray and works in Mayfield, and he's been going out to kind of help with relief efforts and stuff out there.
Yeah, but there's nothing left there's nothing left of Mayfield. I mean, it's completely that's just.
He went specifically and was helping with the candle factory.
Yeah.
And he was telling me some just craziness, and
wow.
I can't even begin to imagine. You know what I mean?
You can't, because it's like, what I mean, you just it's crazy. So yeah. Besides that, yeah, I'm pretty good now.
No, we got lucky. We got wind, we got rain, but that's really all we got. It was weird. The storm kind of went right to where we're at, and then went straight north. So none of the really, really bad stuff, luckily hit our way. But I know, Kentucky got hit and hit hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely want to send out our prayers to everybody affected by that. And I guess there's another kind of rough front that just this week went through, if I remember hearing right, like Missouri and stuff like that.
I saw some on the news tonight, Nebraska, Iowa right now, they're getting hammered.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be coming, this way again, but they're thinking it's going to weaken by the time it gets to Tennessee, Kentucky. Yeah, no doubt. Specifically Kentucky, I don't know if they can take another one right now.
No, definitely can't. So besides that, I'm doing all right. Still mad that CBS moved their team to Paramount. I'm mad about that.
They're just trying to get you to get that app, man.
I ain't spending no more money. Man, that's just crazy.
Come on, man. All the money you saved on no longer having the network, or do you have Peacock?
I don't have Peacock. Because they screwed me on that one too. I still had a month on my network thing, and they took it away and said they was going to refund me, and they never did. Yeah, because I used to buy 3 months at a time, and I still had 1 month left when they switched it over. They sent me this thing from Peacock saying that they was going to send me a refund, and I'm still waiting on that refund.
Shocking. Well, just like in wrestling, the check's in the mail.
Yeah, check's in the mail. Stay by that mailbox. I put it. I sent it off. You should be getting next couple of days or so.
Well, we won't have to pay a dime for what we're going to watch tonight, and you don't have to pay a dime for listening to this podcast, and you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
But we're going to get more than we pay for in this match because we are watching two greats in the ring.
Yes, we are.
But three greats with who's at ringside. We've got Les Thornton, Gino Hernandez, and Gary Hart.
Oh, that's right. Gary Hart's managing. Yeah, that's right. I remember you told me. That's right. You just said that last week. I forgot about that.
And it's Gary Hart with hair.
Is it?
It is.
Wow. I knew he had it for a while, but I didn't remember what actually time period he started shaving it.
And Gary Hart probably bigger than both the men in the match.
Taller, not bigger.
Oh, yeah, taller.
Yeah, because Les Thornton, man, he was solid, dude.
Oh, Les Thornton was built like a spark plug, like just.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I don't know why I did that for an audio podcast, but I was holding my shoulders out like I'm a big guy.
Like I don't want to see that. That's cool.
It was an invisible lat syndrome. We knew a few guys who suffered from that.
It's possible. All right.
Oh, Lord.
Let's get on the road.
Yeah, as I say, before we get too far off the rails, this video is brought to us by our friends over on CWA Memphis on YouTube. Please give them a like and subscribe if you can. The match is Les Thornton versus Gino Hernandez for the World Junior Heavyweight title. This is from Houston Wrestling. And I was trying to get a date on this, and I probably should have done that before we hopped on. I do not have a date on this currently, but I will find it, and I will have.
I said it was last week. I thought you told us last week. We're like,
I may have. Maybe I was more prepared last week. I just found it as soon as I put it in. October 24th, 1980.
Yeah, I thought you did last week. 80 was sticking in my head for a reason. All right.
So this is around just over 17 minutes. I'm triple zeroed out. If you're triple zeroed out, double Q, we will get ready to hit play.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. And 3, 2, 1, play.
NWA on demand?
You say NWO?
Yeah.
NWO on demand. It's all Virgil matches. Or Vincent, actually.
All right. Here we go. Hey, that's your belt you like there.
Oh yeah, I've seen that referred to as the cloverleaf belt, but yeah, I do really enjoy that version of the junior heavyweight title. Who's the announcer in Houston again? I always forget his name.
Paul Bosch.
Is that Bosch?
He usually I don't know if he did the TV. I don't know if he did I can't tell. I don't look now. No, that's not him, is it? I can't.
That outfit he's wearing. He's got a shiny gray jacket, plaid pants, an orange shirt.
Well, look at the little ring assistant guy's shirt over there.
The polo with the different colors.
Hey, did that have a buckle on it, or is it all snaps?
I think it was snaps.
Okay, I thought I saw a buckle there for a minute, but I couldn't.
Oh, is this that ref that's terrible?
No, that's Bronco Lubitsch is the ref.
Like I said, no, I'm kidding. Who is the? We'll see if he gets down. Who was the ref we watched that used to be a worker? It was from Houston. He was awful.
Oh, Kozak.
Yes, he was bad.
Yeah, it was Kozak. Oh, nice little kick from Gino. There you go. Like Gino's pink tights and boots. Big buckle.
The boots almost look tan. I know they're supposed to be pink, but they almost look tan.
It's the quality of it.
Oh, yeah, there's a Bronco Lubitsch count. I ain't laying all the way out for you.
No, we ain't now. Well, Bronco's got to be, 60s by this point? Yeah, he stayed. It's a one year. He ain't going all the way down.
I'm just waiting for the Frank Morrell foot stomp.
Yeah. Oh, we got a trapezius hold on him there.
Yeah, the little double trap hold.
Well, yeah, Thornton's upper body's thick, really thick.
Yeah, no, he's a fire plug, man. He's just.
I think Gino's been the same size from like this time until he passed away.
I don't know. I think he may actually look a little bulkier here, like not nearly as defined as he would look later. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's never a super body guy or anything, but he's always in good shape. He looks a little fleshy here, but big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's working out hard and eating the greatest. Oh yeah, the kidney shot. That was cool.
A little punch there, didn't he? No, out of the ring. Gary Hart gonna get some heat. Oh,
Bronco Lubitsch looks like my Uncle Bud.
The what?
I had a great uncle named Bud. He looks just like Bronco Lubitsch, except he wore his hair slicked back, but everything else, mustache, everything.
Bronco's a slick back, but he's got that Grandpa Munster sides going.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. Bud obviously dyed his hair, but it was always jet black.
Oh, he gave him a nice boot there.
Yeah, this
There
little
goes Hart.
kick ski.
He's sizing him up. Bronco turned around too soon.
So
Gino.
from the little bit of Gary Hart's book I've read, and I need to get back on reading that.
Oh,
Guaranteed, there's a straight razor in that jacket.
yeah, they said he kept it in his jacket pocket, inside jacket pocket. Was it his inside jacket pocket?
I believe so. Yeah, he always had one on him apparently.
Yeah, yeah. Who's helping Thornton that back up? Is that a fan?
No, it's the attendant who is with him.
Okay, gotcha. At first I was like, did a fan come over there? Uh-oh, he got Gino's boot. He's gonna pull him out. Uh-oh, working the leg. Boom.
Those boots are glittery.
I think it's just the patent leather.
I don't know, man. It's shimmering. Like I didn't think they had that material back then. I know they do now, but it looks shimmery, man.
Yeah. Well, it's like dull here.
He just kicked him in the butt.
Did he?
Yeah, the other kicks were to the hamstring, but that first kick was dead to the butt.
Oh, big shoulder tackle. Oh, go for the slam. Oh, big slam. Go for the cover. Did he get on both knees?
I think he did. I think he slipped.
Oh, float over. What? Oh, he almost DDT'd him with a small package. Did you see that?
First fall.
That small package was worse than mine, I think.
Yeah, that small package. He didn't hook the head at all. That was a little rough.
He just drove his head into the mat. That's a quick fall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gary's like, man, you took a header on that one, didn't you?
Yeah. Hey, buddy, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best.
Yeah, because he went straight on his head, it looked like. Yeah, he didn't tuck at all.
Bronco Lubitsch just kind of standing around, be like, all right, guys, when are we going to start back?
Yeah, he's like, okay, here we go. Oh, we got an interview. I wonder if he really got hurt and they had to splice the interview in. I like that belt. It's different.
I do too, man. I really do. You know, the only thing I don't like about it is that it's a world junior heavyweight title and it just has USA stamped right in the middle.
Does it really?
Yeah, if that was removed, I would absolutely love that belt. But it makes no sense. It's got the world. And the flags.
It's got the world, but it's got USA right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's got that and two American flags just dead in the center.
I don't know. That's odd.
I wonder how, because that belt, got defended in Japan a lot, and like Japanese guys won it. Wonder how they felt holding the belt. Is just like, yeah, you're the world champion. By the way, USA.
I don't know. Yeah, that is odd. I've never noticed. I've never seen a good close up of that before. Wow.
Now, I did always think that this was the one that, by the way, Paul Bosch's suit jacket is something.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like a silky blue shirt and
the collar popped up over the jacket.
Of course. And it's buttoned down to like mid chest. He's got a gold chain on. Paul Bosch kind of pimp.
Yeah.
His jacket looks like Al Borland from Home Improvement would wear it.
Yeah.
Red flannel.
Hey, that's the background NWA needs to use now. I love that Houston one.
I wish they'd zoom out a little bit so we could see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I get the general idea of it anyway.
All right, here we go. Oh, he's charging. Fault. Man, big shoulders. Oh, big shoulders in the corner. Oh, Hart grabbed a leg, didn't he? Sure did. Hart grabbed his leg.
I like it too. It's just a little slick thing that Bronco, it wasn't so obvious that Bronco would have to say something. But.
Oh, very good. Punch in. Yeah, he did. Or yeah, just so little something that wasn't over. Oh, he just handed him a gimmick, didn't he? He sure did. What'd he give him?
Probably nothing.
Yeah, I think he gave him a phantom.
That's Cell by Les Thornton.
Oh no, he's got a little bulge.
Does he now?
You see it?
That could be his pecker, Quentin.
If his pecker's going sideways by his belly button, he's in the wrong business. There's a cover.
I mean,
have a north-south cover there, ain't
it? Never stopped Hoot.
What?
That it never stopped Hoot. He stayed in wrestling.
I don't know who you says like Poot. I don't know who's Poot.
Oh, Poot Gibson.
Oh, Poot Gibson or Robert Fuller.
Oh, geez, yeah.
No kickstand man. Uh-oh, reversing out of it.
That picture, like I think it was taken in 2000s, and he's wearing a blue Speedo flexing. I'm like, don't do that.
Oh, he kicked him in the butt. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
He went back that time. The first one was in the butt.
Yeah. Now we're on the lumbar, but first one was dead in the butt cheek.
Yeah. Gino sound pretty good there. Some facials. Trying to get to the ropes. Oh, Gary's. Oh,
Gary's so much taller than everybody in the ring.
Oh. And Bronco totally no-sold. Oh, he's going after Gary. Whoa. But Bronco totally no-sold Gary on the apron. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was about to ask, are they just allowed to hang out on the apron? I love the over-dramatic sells of the gimmick shots.
Yeah, he just passed it back.
Thornton's just like, oh, my head. Oh, God. And then falls.
Nice knees. No, that's not glimmering. That's just.
You're right. It's just patent. As a matter of fact, you should have shined them. They got some scuffs on them.
Yeah, they do. Uh-oh. Is Thornton going to hulk up? He's getting humbled.
I mean, kind of.
Kind of humbled.
It's that really lazy camel clutch where you don't even put the arms around the legs. He's like, I'm just going to sit on your back and pull.
Yeah. Oh, here he comes.
Uh-oh. Yeah, up to the knees. Here it comes. He's going to less up.
You going to give him a booty bump? No, he's going to elbow. Boom. Oh, nice uppercut.
Yeah, a little lifter action.
Tackle. Oh, tackle through the ropes. The old tackle poop can spot.
You know I love about watching this territory stuff?
Oh, here goes. He's going to post him. Oh, we missed it. He hit the post, but we missed the shot.
Well, and it was also just he's a Superman apparently, and just launched him from mid-ring.
Yeah, I think Gary forgot they were working a 20-foot ring. Because he was like by the steps down there, and he threw him off. He ran forever. We'll suplex him back in. Oh,
Brainbuster.
That was his elbows are. I hate this backwards.
Is it the backward elbow?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right, that one was garbage. DiBiase had a good backward elbow.
Yeah, Gino didn't though. Yeah, DiBiase's looked 100 times better than Gino's always did. Gino's just looked awful when he did his.
Yeah. Winner second fall, Gina Hernandez, ugly elbow off the top. Yeah, I like the backward elbow, just not that one.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Gino matches, but the ones I've seen, none of them never looked really good. Yeah, DiBiase
was that his finish? Was that his big deal?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, his backward elbow was his finish. Yeah. Oh, nice stomp of the head. Uh-oh.
Broncos will get on you.
Oh, there's Gary coming. Oh, Gary's at the second. Oh, Broncos turned around too fast.
Gary's like, hello, everybody. I'm just getting up here to wave.
Yeah. Oh, now Gino's getting back on him. Oh, there he goes out. Boom. Did they start to fall yet or not?
I don't think so, because Gary's still in the ring. I'd imagine they couldn't ring the bell with the manager in the ring.
Well, they're getting his Bronco, though.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, get out of the ring. All right, I told you, ring the bell anyway.
No, I think usually on these 2 out of 3 falls from Houston, they clip it so fast that I think this one actually they didn't clip it as much, the in between falls. Yeah,
they slid that interview in between one.
Boom. Big forearm to the chest. Oh, knee to the back. That looked good. Give me the big forearm. Boom. Look at that selling.
Yeah, Les is almost going a little too far with the selling, but he also knows,
yeah,
hey, make Gino look good.
Yeah.
Paul will be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Daddy Paul handing out the envelopes. Oh, and kick to the shoulder there.
I'm wondering who this old brother second is right there.
I don't know. Might be an old timer from that area or something, maybe. I don't know. Well, like Bronco's counting. He don't get much into that count, does he?
No, I feel like Bronco just wants to, he always just wants to get it over with.
Yeah. Oh.
Good punches.
Nice. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, good punches by Thornton.
Mm-hmm.
He throws those little bolo punches where he twists the hand at the end, but it still looked good.
Oh, big running knee.
Yeah, that wasn't Gino going, hey, hit my belly.
Another big backdrop, snapmare. Ooh, drop the knee to the side of the face. Shoot him in the corner. Nope. Backbreaker.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Gary's on the apron. Boom! He's hitting him. Gary's not bumping, though. Oh, because Gino's gotten the gimmick out. What did he do to his eyes? Did he rake his eyes or put something in his eyes?
I think he raked his eyes with the gimmick.
Okay, because I was like, he sounded like he threw powder. Or...
Oh, did they catch him?
What? He wasn't even looking at him. He was still with Gary Hart. He didn't even see him do the gimmick. He didn't even see it.
He's saying he did. I'm sorry about this finish.
Ain't your fault. It's whoever booked it. Guess Paul didn't want his boy doing 2 jobs. Didn't want to do the job that night, I guess.
That one guy with the British flag is really happy.
I know. He ran away from the ring, wasn't he?
The one British guy in Houston.
He was happy as all get out, wasn't he?
You Americans suck.
Thornton selling the crap out of whatever he did to him.
What he doesn't realize is that guy's in Texas. He's gonna get shot after the match.
Yeah. Oh,
there he is.
Oh, there's two. He's got some on his shoulders running with him now.
Oh, maybe it's a little kid, and that's like, hey, don't shoot me. I have a child.
Yeah. He went outside. He's still going around the ring. Oh, that's it. That was good.
That was it.
That went so fast, dude.
It did. It was really good until that finish. And you know what? The finish probably wouldn't have been as bad if it would have been so obvious that Bronco didn't see it.
He was hard. I'm gonna rewind it just to make sure.
I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm pulling it back up.
Yeah, because
maybe we missed it because I was also laughing at Hart not bumping.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Hart was selling stronger than all the guys.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Down for the pin, gets some forearms, some no selling. Brother goes into his tights.
Oh, he looked right at him.
Yep, no, Bronco did. He looked right at him. We're wrong. We're sorry, Bronco Lubitsch. We're not used to you seeing things.
Yeah. He actually did say it. But I just don't like the finish though. Even though he did see it, that's the world champion. He should go over. You know, you got your. That's what the whole thing with the 2 out of 3 falls was your local guy. At least he gets one of them on him. You know.
Yeah.
And if it's a 1 fall gimmick, that's when you go Broadway. But the 2 out of 3 falls was set up to actually let your guy get a pin on him.
Yeah, and he beat him clean in the middle with a terrible elbow drop.
Yeah. So it makes no sense that unless they're going to come back next month with it, because that's what they did with the what was it, the Terry and Harley we watched, remember?
Yeah.
They came back the next month with it. So unless that's what they're going to do, we need to check that out and see in the cage match or wrestling data. But if they don't come back with it, that's stupid finish. That's just Bosch not wanting his boy to do the job, you know.
And I'm thinking, well, that was also I'm looking through right now and I don't see anything else of them, but I'm going to go to actual cage match and see. But I kind of get it because Gino, although he was a heel, was one of Bosch's top stars.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing of it's the world champion. You're not it to the people. It's not a loss because you actually beat him in one of the falls. You know, it's not like your local champion. You know, it's the world's champion. You know,
I mean, I get it. Yes.
You know, and that's why, like I said, that's why they would do if it was a 1 fall, you'd always go Broadway. You know, because that whole thing, that psychology of man, that champion couldn't beat our guy almost. If he would have had 5 more minutes, he probably beat that champion. That's why you always leave that on that right there at that. And you do that 1 fall, 60-minute Broadway, time to draw. You get it where he's got him. He hits him with his finish or whatever, and he's going. Might even cover him, get a 1 or 2 bell rings. So they get, oh my gosh, if he had 5 more minutes, he would have beat him. You know what I'm saying? It's that. And so if you did the 1, 2 out of 3, the fans are like, man, hey, our guy got a fall on him. Next time they comes, you know, he'll beat him. He's got his number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did not come back in wrestling.
He didn't.
No. Let's see. After this, in Central States, Akio Sato would beat Les Thornton. That's interesting.
I know Akio Sato had the belt.
I don't think he did.
Was it a DQ or something?
It doesn't say by DQ, no.
Or count out?
And then at the Cow Palace, Mike Graham beat him by DQ. Let's see. Then back in Central States, he beat Eddie Gilbert in a World Junior Heavyweight title match. Back in Houston, he beat a guy named Don Diamond.
Yeah, Don Diamond.
No idea.
He
World Junior Heavyweight title match. And then it looks like he went to All Japan, where he tagged with Billy Robinson for the Real World Tag League.
Oh, wow. Came there.
The very first match is them beating Baba and Prince Tonga.
Wow. I'm
assuming Prince Tonga is Tonga Kid, but I'm not. No, that's King Haku.
It's Ming. Haku, yeah. Yeah, Prince Tonga. I thought she was going to say, I was like, yeah, no, not Tonga Kid.
I didn't know he wrestled as Prince Tonga before. I know he did King Haku, but
no, Prince Tonga I think was his first name. Well, he was using that here in Nashville. We were for Goulas.
So that actually wasn't a real world tag league match, apparently. That's just a tag match. Because right after it, Baba and his actual partner, Jumbo, well, they beat Billy Robinson and Les Thornton. Let's see. They wrestled Mr. Sakuraba and Rocky Hata. They wrestled the Funks. I'd like to find that match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they wrestled Prince Tonga and Rocky Hata. They wrestled the Great Mephisto and the Sheik.
Oh.
That match went 5 minutes, 15 seconds. So
with the Sheik in there.
And it was by DQ. They beat the team of Jim Brunzell and Nick Bockwinkel. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They went to a 45-minute time limit draw.
Wow.
I bet that match was awesome. They were beat by Abdullah the Butcher and Tor Kamada.
Oh, Tor Kamada and Abdullah the Butcher. I bet that didn't go long.
10 minutes, 56 seconds, count out. Let's see. He had a singles against Maso Ito. They wrestled Dick Slater and Ricky Steamboat. That would have been fire. Let's see. He had a singles against the Great Mephisto that went 57 seconds.
What?
Then he wrestled Jumbo for 9 minutes. Wrestled Ricky Steamboat for 10. And then he's back to the States. And we're into 81 now.
Wow.
So, and he's doing some Georgia Championship Wrestling against Kevin Sullivan. Let's see. Some Championship Wrestling from Florida against, a whole bunch of different people like Hiro Matsuda, Sweet Brown Sugar, Mike Davis. Then he's back to Georgia, wrestling Steve-O, Steve Kern, Mr. Wrestling 2. Back to Florida, wrestling Scott McGee, Hiro Matsuda, Sweet Brown Sugar, El Gran Apollo. That's cool. And then we go to Alabama for a shot against Jerry Stubbs. Back to Georgia, working with Steve-O, Charlie Cook, Roberto Soto, Wrestling 2. Back to Florida to defend against Hiro Matsuda and to wrestle Scott McGee, El Gran Apollo, Jerry Briscoe. Bet that one was awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Manny Fernandez. So it's funny because all these ones he's losing. He's like losing to heavyweights. And that's always been kind of like what the NWA did. They're like, yeah, these junior heavyweight champions, they'll beat all the other junior heavyweight champions, but they'll just be jobber fodder for the heavyweights.
Yeah, you're very rare you'd see a junior beat a heavyweight guy.
Well, but it wasn't just that they wouldn't beat him, but they would be jobber fodder.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Denny Brown?
Because Denny Brown was a jobber before he was a champion.
I mean, Nelson Royal, even on TV, when they'd bring him in, he'd just come in and get beat.
He was 55 years old.
Whatever. He's still the world junior champion.
No, he was jobbing. He wasn't.
Him and Denny Brown both were.
Denny Brown was always a jobber before he was.
Okay, but still, like, I would think, like, cool.
No,
like, let him lose to Arn Anderson. That's fine.
But when they put the titles on them, they didn't do flat out squash jobs. Well, Denny Brown did. But no, when they put the titles on them, you never see them on there getting beat when they were the actual champion doing squash.
He just wouldn't wear the belt out. They'd say it on commentary. Danny Brown, world junior heavyweight champion. Oh, that match went 3 seconds. Arn Anderson punched him and hit him with the gourd buster.
I don't remember those. I don't.
Oh, dude.
Were they all worldwide or?
No, it was on the Atlanta TVs. Like,
I can find this. I have to look it up. I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
I listened to the commentary on one of the Conrad's podcasts where he's going with Arn, and they're like, the commentary is like 60 seconds because that's how long the match took. And during it, they say Denny Brown is the world junior heavyweight champion. And
okay, what time period are you talking?
86-ish.
It's like, I must be behind because they're only like in 85. Well, I'm listening to.
Maybe it was 85. I'm not sure the year, but it was that time period. I don't know. I just think, maybe I was listening to on Shivani's podcast because he's a bit ahead of Arn, and they're covering every week and not just Arn stuff. But no, I don't know. It's always been weird to me how that.
He's a top guy, though.
I get it. I'm not saying he should lose. I'm saying maybe put somebody else in that squash job spot. I get that Denny was a dependable guy who could make guys look good.
I know, but what I'm saying is I don't ever remember him doing squash jobs when they actually held the title. But I can see if it's a top guy. I mean, it'd be different if they were losing to Sam Houston. You know?
Oh no, absolutely. I agree 100% on that.
You know what I'm saying? Or
And it's not that he's losing. Hey, let him lose to a heavyweight. It's whatever.
Well, here's another thing. Okay, you said 86. That title was on its deathbed 2 or 3 times. They kept trying to revive it.
And if they were never going to do anything with it, I never understood why they would try to revive it. Because they never tried to. Even when they brought in the new one that Nelson Royal like kept and had up in his place. I think we had a discussion about it, and I sent you a picture of it. But like the one with the red and gold and stuff like that, it looked like a newer belt, like one of the newer style belts. You know what I mean? Like even when they had that one, and they made a big presentation about like, here's the new belt. Denny Brown and Nelson Royal are going to wrestle for it, and then they pitch to the match, and they have the match.
Well, if I can remember right, wasn't at the time they were sending all their lower card guys to Central States to try to bump it up,
and maybe that's what they did with it.
I'm wondering if that's what they did with that to give it could help, because I know they were sending guys out there, they still wasn't drawing. So I'm just wondering if that was maybe the idea, because it seemed like. But we're going back to that.
And that may have been the thing, because Rick may have been like, I ain't going to Central States.
But I think he went out there like twice. Because I said like Dundee, the Mod Squad, George South. Who else went out there? I can't remember. A bunch of the lower card guys. They sent them out there. You wouldn't see that back in the 70s, even in the early 80s. You wouldn't see it. They're the junior champion.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. No, I totally agree on that. At some point, they just kind of stopped caring.
Oh yeah, by that
the juniors specifically.
They probably did, but like the heyday of it, they wouldn't have did that.
I just don't get why. Like if you're not going to do something with it, just let it die. Just let it die. And if somebody's under a certain weight but they're over, nobody's going to care. Yeah. Ricky Morton, when they were considering putting the belt on him, probably didn't break 200 pounds.
No, he didn't. No.
And did anybody care?
No,
not a lick.
That was the thing. He was the underdog,
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, did Rey Mysterio ever go for the cruiserweight title in WWF? No.
I don't know. Did he?
I don't think so. No. I don't think he even had a match for it.
Didn't he?
No, I don't think in WWF. No.
Didn't what's his name beat him for it? Matt Hardy? Or am I thinking something else?
I mean, it's possible, but I seem to only remember him like them never putting him toward, the.
I know I probably didn't, but I think when he first got there, didn't they? When he first got, it might have been the Intercontinental. I can't remember. My brain is not like it used to be.
Let's see. List of WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Okay, they've got the Nitro. Okay, here we go. Kidman, X-Pac, Kidman, Tajiri, Hurricane, Noble, Kidman, Hardy. Mysterio won it from Hardy.
Okay, that's what it was then.
Okay, so he did win it a little bit.
But it was after that. But they made him when they pushed him to main event status. Yeah, he was always after that.
He actually won it a couple times. I guess I really can't. I can't say that. Maybe
early on though, right?
Huh?
That was early on in his WWF stay, right?
This may have been when he first came in. Because it says in the notes here, formerly known as Rey Mysterio Jr. So I'm wondering if he like came in. Oh my God, they just signed him because this was 2003, and he didn't come immediately over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is they probably did that when he first come in, and then when they realized they were going to push him as a main event guy, top guy, they exonerate him doing any more cruiserweights. Probably, maybe.
I was kind of. I won't say really wrong, but I was more wrong than I thought. Like it looks like he won his last one in June of 2004. Yeah, so he won it 3 times. See, so it'd be June of 2003, December of 2003, and then man, he beat Chavo Classic for it on June 15th, 2004. I bet that match was fun. Never mind, it was a triple threat with Spike Dudley and Chavo Classic. It probably wasn't that great.
I knew when he first come in, they didn't push him to his top guy. He was like
and then after that, they were just like, "Hey, man, yeah, that whole cruiserweight thing, man."
Yeah. Well, when they put him feuding with Eddie, because that happened about that time period.
Yeah.
So that kind of ended that when they put him doing the thing with Eddie. Then after Eddie passed and They tied the rocket ship to him and lit the fuse.
Yeah, and then they deactivated it obviously in '07. All right, so I think we may have spent enough time on junior heavyweight and cruiserweight stuff. We don't cover a lot of modern wrestling, but something happened that hasn't happened in a while on the national TV. We had a 60-minute Broadway, Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page. And from all accounts I've seen, because I do not have TNT, I about said TBS, they're not there yet. They haven't had to break out the hose championship yet. That's just unfortunate spacing on that logo.
Yes.
I would have a giant purple line between all the letters or something just to be like, this does not say hose. But for the AEW world, I guess, heavyweight title, I guess they call it a heavyweight title. I don't know if they put weight classes on it or not, but it was.
No, I think it's just world champion. I don't think they put heavyweight. I don't think.
But it's it's Bryan Danielson against Hangman Adam Page. This is Adam Page's first defense.
Yep.
That's wild to go Broadway. First off, no one goes Broadway anymore.
No.
Like a legitimate Broadway. They'll say we went Broadway and they did like a 20-minute time limit draw or 30-minute time limit. But like a true hour Broadway.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of trying to think of a word to say that won't sound insulting, but some of the most stringent, I guess, of the old guard I saw on social media talking great things about it.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Because you actually got to see the full match. I saw the last 9 minutes, and it seemed exciting.
Really good. It's had hard, like you said. I remember earlier. We did talk a few seconds about it. How hard it is to do 60 minutes nowadays, especially with the way matches are laid out nowadays. There's so much more stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do one with the new style.
Physically, it's hard to do one, period. Yeah, like you said, with the new style, it's so high impact and so quick.
Yeah.
Like that's a pace that's almost impossible.
Yeah. So they paced it real good. I liked every part of the match except for one part, and I hated this. They're on the floor, and Page got juice, and he's down the floor selling. Danielson went back in the ring, and they had the doctor come over there with giving him water, checking on him, and then they went into picture, still doing it, and it just, to me, it killed it. It's like the was it about 3 or 4 years ago, NXT, when Samoa Joe and Finn Balor had that match, where one of them got busted open.
Oh yeah, they did like a hard way, and they stopped the match and got the bleeding to stop, right? Yeah.
Basically, same thing.
Okay.
My thing, and then they were, like I said, they were picture, so showing, and then they cut out of picture and went straight to commercials. Why didn't they do that at the very beginning?
Right, like not, but I assume, and I'm not sure on this, but I assume they're contracted to do a certain amount of picture for the show. Some other time.
That was too long. He sat out there. It was stupid, because in any other match, here's the weeks leading up to this. Bryan Danielson was kicking people's heads in, and wasn't stopping and checking on people. And he hadn't used one. It was just a little trickle at the time. It hadn't got flowing yet. So it's like, oh no.
So did he actually have good color? Because like I said, I only saw the last 8 minutes, and like it had sweat off, I guess, by then.
It got there, and then it got there, and then like I said, they went so long, because it happened toward maybe 30-minute mark, maybe a little earlier than that, maybe 25, maybe around that time period.
Right.
So it got going finally when they got back in the ring. Finally got going. Danielson, he was tailoring to get it going. He got it going.
I saw a couple shots in that last 8 where Danielson is just nailing them. And I'm like, oh man, he's trying to old school Buster back open.
Yeah, he sweated it back off. He sweated it off, but you could still see it in his hair where he's, so that was good. You still see it in his hair, and when the announcers covered up good, there's like, it's like, the blood isn't clotted back up, and that's when Danielson started tattooing him. And he's like, and he goes, and Danielson's trying to bust it back open though. But
he was tattooing him. And man, the thing about Danielson is like everything looks like it murders you, but you know it doesn't.
Yeah, but if they would have cut that down some, because it looks stupid for Danielson to just be sitting in the ring, standing around. It just they should have shortened it. Let him jump there and grab him. Going back in.
How long was again? I didn't see it, so I really don't have the context. Go
It's
ahead.
about
No, she said 5 minutes. Oh,
yeah, it's like 5 minutes at least.
hey, why was there no count out?
The ref stopped the count too. That's what makes sense.
Like I know they were big on the ref discretion, right? So if the ref decides not to do a count out, like they can get away with it on that, because ROH would do that too, so that they could be kind of lenient on the rules. Hey, ref discretion. But 5 minutes is a long time, man.
Because it happened before the picture-in-picture, went to the picture-in-picture, and it came back. I think he was getting back in the ring, I think, after they came back from because they were picture-in-picture for a while, then they went to regular full commercial, and then they came back. And I think they were either on the floor, Danielson was on the floor getting him, or he was calling back. I can't remember. But yeah, it was like 5 minutes. So it was like, seriously. It was like, the whole picture-in-picture is like, no, this is when you go full commercial, It was way too long.
Yeah, I think if I saw that would bug me too. Again, I didn't see it. I'm only going off what I read. I will find a way to see it. That's just unfortunate that happened. But I mean, I'll say this: if Rudy Boy Gonzalez didn't bury that, and nobody, this is the first I'm hearing of that, which is crazy. The only thing I heard about the picture-in-picture was I saw somebody on Twitter say, "Holy crap, Adam Page got me." His selling outside was so believable that I thought he was legitimately injured. And that's the only thing I got about the selling outside. Nowhere did they say it took that long.
I could be wrong, but it's because it was the whole picture-in-picture. And like I said, then they took the picture-in-picture off and went straight commercial. So it was, I just want to say it was 5 minutes because it was before they even went to picture-in-picture. He was already out there, and the trainer guy was bringing water a bottle of water to him while he was laying down.
So, I mean, did they say anything as to why?
They said they were checking on him.
Like they didn't say, hey, they're trying to stop the bleeding or anything like that?
I think they were checking on him so he can continue.
I think after, I don't know. And again, I think like to a degree, I think we're nitpicking a little bit, but at the same time,
Well, because like I said, last month, Brian Danielson was kicking people's brains out and they didn't stop the match. Yeah. You can't have, you gotta have it one way or the other.
Well, they have stopped the matches though. Hadn't that been finished where like he's stomping, and then the ref just goes, nope.
No, he put him in submissions, didn't he? He supposedly tore the one boy's leg out, his MCL, not Cabana's teeth out, but I think he made him submit, I think. And because he had the gimmick on him. And then Uno, I can't remember what he did to Uno.
I think he just stomped Uno. I may be wrong, but I think with both Cabana and Uno, he knocked him out with the kicks and then just put him in the hold.
Yeah, but they should have stopped it right there on the kicks.
Agreed. I agree. There's a better way to do it. It'd be like watching UFC and they ground and pound a guy to death and then put him in a rear naked choke and they stop it immediately. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they tap because they're out or they tap.
Well, one of them, I can't remember if it's Cabana or Uno because I saw the finish on both those. I didn't see the one with Alan Angels, but with Cabana and Uno, one of them didn't tap. Like one of them was in the hold and was out and just laid there.
I don't know.
Yeah, it may have been Uno. That I'll say. So I saw stuff from the Uno match, and it looked like Uno was getting murdered.
Yeah.
Like the Cabana one, like it looked like normal Bryan Danielson vicious. That one with Uno though, there were some open hand palm strikes to the face. That my God.
Yeah.
Uno's an underrated wrestler.
Amen. I'm glad you said that. I was thinking, I'm really going to say about Uno because I'm old school, but I like Uno. He can move for a big guy, and I know Cornette hates him, but I'm like, why? He does the style, and for a big guy, he does it good.
Now, Cornette still has the taste off from his earlier gimmick, the Super Smash Brothers gimmick.
Yeah, Uno and Stignified.
Yeah, so he still has the Super Smash Brothers bad taste in his mouth, which don't get me wrong, I thought it was funny, but I could see where someone like Cornette wouldn't. You know, he had a controller on side of his tights, and they hit the pause button, and Uno would.
Yeah, but that was part. I mean, but he. I think he's totally underrated.
I think he's a really good worker. I think Stu Grayson's awesome.
Yeah, I think Grayson's really underrated too, and I think he's really underrated too.
I think some of their double teams are a bit bit spotty and too much, but I think that about a lot of tag teams outside of like FTR.
Yeah.
Man, and this isn't about Uno, but again, I've put it over Uno. But Grayson, that Nightfall backbreaker he does, the torture rack just into a big backbreaker over the knee. I love it for two reasons. One, it always looks gross.
Yeah.
Well, three reasons. Two, he'll hit it on giant people that you wouldn't think he could pick up, but he's strong as an ox.
Yep.
And three, I'm a Batman mark. And that was like the whole name Nightfall is out of a Batman arc where Bane came in, broke into the Batcave, picked Batman up exactly like that. Like he designed this move after the comic book cover. Okay. He picks Batman up like that, presses him, and just breaks Batman's back over his knee. And that story arc was called Nightfall. So that's where the name comes from. So I'm a mark for that reason, but it just looks so good.
Yeah,
and you can tell he's safe with it. He never bends anybody, right? It's always hit and flop to one side. But it doesn't matter. It just looks like death every time. Yeah. I'm not crazy about their gory into like the flipping cutter. I think that's too much. It's a neat move. I just think it's too much personally. Yeah. And it doesn't look vicious. Like it looks like a whole bunch because it's just a cutter. Like the gory, like he doesn't go down with it. He just kind of lets them go. And I feel like that adds nothing. But I love that Nightfall backbreaker.
No.
But yeah, I'm a little shocked. I'm learning more. Screw it. I wasn't going to call you out on this, but you're liking more and more people of the new time. You like the Dark Order. I call that tag team the Dark Order because they're the original two.
Yeah, they are.
Breaking news on the podcast. Quentin has never seen him wrestle. I will put that caveat in there. He's never seen him wrestle. Quentin has become a fan of Danhausen. So essentially Quentin loves that Danhausen.
Oh yeah.
Who else? Who else are we going to learn that you're a fan of? Marco Stunt. You're the world's biggest Marco Stunt fan.
No, I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't know.
You've always liked Cabana, so I can't say Cabana because you've always liked him.
I've liked him since day one. Back when he back it was.
I never thought his comedy went too far.
For the stage he was on, it was perfect.
I always thought his comedy was kind of like Les Kellett British comedy.
Well, yeah, because he patterned some of his style after him.
Yeah, I've always just thought it was something that logically probably wouldn't happen, but it was never so far out of logic that you went, that's impossible.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I love Chuck Taylor. I really like Chuck Taylor, but it wasn't the grenade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I love when he gets asked about that. He goes, I did that 14 years ago. He's like, everyone buries me from a clip I did 14 years ago in Chikara, where we had ants and wrestling ice cream cones.
And you remember that one trios that had the big monster gimmicks come out? That one trio.
Kaiju Big Battle.
I just remember they had these big monsters come out.
Yeah, so that's I guess you'd call it a wrestling promotion. But they were big on, I believe they were big on G4, that gaming channel. But it was called Kaiju Big Battle. And what a kaiju is like it's the Japanese like rubber monster suit movies like Godzilla, King Kong, stuff like that. And they would actually, on their shows, from what I've heard, apparently like in the ring, put up like fake cities too. So like while they would fight, they'd be knocking down these fake cities. Man, that's one of my goals. Anybody listening, if anybody listens, Jeremiah Plunkett would love to be in a Kaiju Big Battle. I will go under any sweaty, probably smelly rubber monster suit you got, and I will do it.
Oh man! But I mean, getting back to Cabana, but I'm trying to think. Put it this way: I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown on my own, not counting Dana wanting to watch it, which she hardly ever wants to watch it anymore.
Especially now, her man's gone.
Yeah. But I mean, we had probably watched it together in probably about maybe almost 2 months, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd only watch it. She'd want to watch it maybe once a month. But for me to sit down by myself, I think it's been over a year. It's been way over a year. But I watch AEW every week. I like it.
Yeah. Well, and at the beginning, you didn't watch it.
No, but it's evolved a lot.
It has evolved a lot. And I will say, I feel like AEW has slowed down a little bit in their style. Not a ton, not to where it's just like everything else, but they have slowed down a smidge. Personally, I think the Young Bucks are so much better as heels.
I don't. They're too goofy.
I think their matches are better
Oh
as
yeah,
heels.
but them they're just you can tell they're trying to be silly.
Yeah, they're trying to be
Promo.
obnoxious.
Yeah, and
but they're never going to be tough guy heels who are going to insult your mom and you're going to fight them in the parking lot.
Yeah, but you can tell it's put on so much that you can tell. Sports. I'll tell you somebody you'll never guess who I actually like watching. AEW.
AEW main show.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a giant Hook fan.
No.
He's had one match. I figured I'd throw that out there.
Well, that's another thing. How does he go and beat the guy off the hood? I don't know how to say his name.
Fuego del Sol.
And in 3 minutes and basically get the whole match when Miro took like 6 or 7 minutes and took a lot from him. How's that?
Who's Miro's dad?
John Black. I don't know. Jack Dick McGillicuddy. I don't know.
How'd you know Miro's dad's name? Jack Dick McGillicuddy. He's Irish.
He's Irish. But yeah.
But no, yeah. If you looked at both those matches side by side, you'd be like, something doesn't make sense here.
Yeah.
I'll say this: Hook impressed me.
Yeah, he did. I think
really
they waited for he was ready. They didn't throw him out there.
Yeah, like, and they didn't put him out on dark to like have matches, and then they like waited till he was ready.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: they debuted him in Long Island, perfect.
Yeah.
But also, he's been in the background of everything.
Yeah.
And even if it's just like sitting there eating chips or something, he's always there.
And they have a run in, Tasman on commentary, send Hook,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you still don't know who it is. I used to couldn't stand him.
Orange Cassidy?
Did we talk about that on here about his gimmick? I understand his gimmick now.
I think we did, but I know you hated him at first. You were.
Yeah, I get it now. But no, this goes back all the way to Chikara.
All right. Is it Chucky T?
I still don't. I don't know. I still think I should have beat him up that night. I got fired anyway. But anyway, but
all right, that was my 3 guesses too.
Eddie Kingston.
I never knew you didn't like Eddie.
I couldn't stand him.
Really?
Because I saw his always Chikara stuff at the beginning. All he did was go up there and just open hand slap everybody. No sell everything.
Okay, so when you didn't like Eddie, are you specifically referring to his in ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, he didn't talk a lot in Chikara. Nobody did really. I mean,
Okay, so, I can see that, but I guess I can see that. But man, I've always been a fan of Eddie.
Because I don't think I ever saw him was his Chikara stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Always been. I think from the first time I heard Eddie talk, I was a fan. I was when he was in. Was that tag team? He's in a tag team, like with Joker. I forgot what they're called. But like at that point, I wasn't a big fan of him. But he was also like super green at that point. But the first time I heard him talk, he cut a promo about going off for a while and getting lost in a bottle and stuff like that. And it was so real that it gave me goosebumps. And I'm like, something about this dude. And I've been a fan ever since. And like,
I just thought
he cut one after Sweeney died because him and Sweeney were thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Bro, I cried. There's nobody who can right now. I can't think of one who can talk better than him.
Oh, he can talk. He's definitely a talker.
But I think him and Punk are like neck to neck. So like the fact that they just did that one run in.
Now the best talker is Kingston and MJF are the best talkers. I don't consider Punk the best talker.
I think personally that Eddie and Punk are more versatile than MJF.
Oh yeah.
The reason I say this, they can both cut a babyface promo.
Oh yeah.
We've never seen MJF do it.
No, because he don't need to.
Right, but like I think if you're going to be a full relevant, I mean we saw Punk in back-to-back weeks cut a babyface promo one week, and then just heel out Long Island.
Oh yeah.
Man, is it the Flyers that he buried?
Rangers.
Rangers.
Islanders.
I would hate to be an Islanders fan in that crowd. Good God. And it was all truths too, which is the worst part.
Yeah. They're supposed to be doing real bad this year, so but Yeah, I like Eddie Kingston because he's doing. I don't know. I think their emphasis on he's a brawler. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's supposed to be unpolished, just punch you in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it fits. You know.
Well,
But
and think about it too. Who he styles all his stuff after. This is what he said he loved. He loved on wrestling. Early All Japan. So we're talking like Jumbo to Masawa. So
Yeah.
like that area of the area of All Japan everybody likes. You know what I mean? No, nobody goes, remember when Baba was in his prime? That was my stuff. Nobody says that. It's always like late 80s, early 90s. Like,
oh, let me tell you this before I forget.
Yep.
Okay, when I didn't have no, cable or internet, those 3 or 4 days, got some old DVDs started watching. Dude, saw a match with Baba against Dick the Bruiser. It was in black and white. It had to be from maybe good match. Oh my gosh. Got crazy at the end. Then the match after that was Baba against Fritz von Erich, black and white, probably mid-60s. That whole match was wild. It was crazy. I was like, man, they were good matches. Oh, they were really good matches. But I think the best one was, I think it was 79 or 80 from Madison Square Garden, Patterson versus Bob Bachman. Man,
you told me you watched that one. You said it was fantastic.
Oh, that match, that was 5-star, man. I couldn't believe how good it was.
Guys, if you're younger and haven't really watched a lot of Pat Patterson, do yourself a favor. Man, watch old Pat Patterson. You think of him as one of the Stooges? Watch old Pat Patterson. Boot camp match with Slaughter.
Yeah, but his stuff.
That wasn't boot camp match. That was New York Street Fight.
Yeah, New York Street Fight, because he had the I Love New York shirt on.
Yeah, they started out white.
Yeah, but before that, when he was heel up there in WWF, his heel stuff was really good. But yeah, he was a good babyface. But when he was heel, before he turned babyface,
Patterson and Stevens.
Oh yeah, but it's hard to find. But you can find some of that late 70s, early 80s Patterson up in working for Vince Senior, and man, it was good. Oh, it was awesome. But those two Bob matches, dude, I was shocked how good they were. Really good. Bob was brawling, and it was good. And oh man, Dick the Bruiser, man, he was getting heat, and so was Fritz. Man, they were hot at both of them.
Well, Fritz was a Nazi, was he not?
At that time, I think he still might have been. But yeah, I think he was still doing. Maybe I can't remember when he stopped doing it. But man, it was just so good. I was really impressed with Bob was working those.
It's so funny because wrestling fans normally have a pretty long memory.
Yeah.
But nobody remembered Fritz von Erich in the 80s. Nobody remembered, hey, wasn't he a Nazi like 10 years ago?
Was it mid-70s on when he turned babyface and when Texas was the top guy in Texas after he turned babyface, all the way till he retired to 80? Yeah. It was 82. So, yeah.
He also lost his German accent.
Yeah. But, hey, Waldo carried on the family tradition, though.
Well, yeah, until they needed another Von Erich, then be like, hey, remember our American cousin Waldo? Or brother, or whatever he was to Fritz?
I don't know what he was.
Yeah.
I don't know he was bad. Because I saw some, like, 78 Madison Square Garden, and he was still doing the gimmick. Waldo was. It's like 78.
Brother, I can show you 09 Columbia where there was a guy still being a Nazi. So
I worked one in 08 in Laverne.
Yeah, we're talking about the same guy.
Yeah, I know.
Then he became a Harley guy and then a cowboy, or maybe vice versa. It was one of the two.
God rest his soul. But
he carnied the heck out of me one time. Have I ever told you about this? I'll tell it on the air. I don't care. He got me.
I don't care.
There was a pair of belts that I'd always really liked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know about? I have told you about this. Well,
yeah.
They looked similar. They're very trophy shop, and they were very old. But they looked, or I say they're very old. They probably just weren't very well taken care of. But they looked similar to the AWA Southern Tag Team titles.
They wasn't that old.
Okay, well, they were not well taken care of. But they looked similar to the AWA Southern Tag Team titles. So you probably know like what promotion they were from and everything.
It was Kroll made them for McMinnville. And
okay.
For Steve Wright and Randall Fanning.
And actually, I'm not sure who really carnied me on it. No, it was him. So I bought them from one of my old trainers who had them, and I saw him, and he offered me $200, and I'm like, heck yeah, $100 a belt, that's not bad. Even in the shape they were in, right? Like it was still, and that was a lot of money for me at the time. But then I saw him, and he saw them, and said those are stolen from him, and I felt really guilty and gave them back to him. And then come to find out, they weren't his belts ever.
Nuh-uh.
So he got me. He got me good.
Oh, man.
Oh well, to be green and dumb again.
And I can't get called out saying I treated green guys bad.
35-year-old me would have been like, got $200. That's what I got in them. Actually, 35-year-old me would have been like, got $350. That's what I got in them. No, I guess you need to talk to Lee.
But live and learn. All right. Well,
that worked into a segue.
Yeah. So,
wait, did we get your guy?
What guy?
That you really like?
I told you, Eddie Kingston.
Okay, yeah, okay. We did get there. Sorry. I knew we went off on a little tributary there, and I was like, oh God, if we don't get back now, we never will.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a perfect segue, though, as we talk about trophy shop belts. Next week for the holiday episode, we will be doing something that we discussed doing months ago, and then it just kind of went away.
Other than that,
yeah, I think it may have been the end of last year when we were deciding what we were going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, when we got done with Memphis '87, we were throwing around ideas. Yeah.
So for the next 7 days, we will be compiling pictures and a list of each one of our top 5 belts. Now, we will release this on Spotify or whatever you listen to it on.
Yeah.
But I will highly recommend, and we need to make sure when we post it, everywhere we post it, to like really push the YouTube, because I'm going to go in and put the images as we're talking about the belt in the YouTube, so that you can look at what we're looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do our best. So because we put the same rule that we did on the matches, it can't be, what was the year? It's mid-90s, early to mid-90s. I forgot what it.
95 is as far as we went.
Yeah.
With the mountain match.
Right. So we're going to put that on there. And we're going to try to keep it territory, I think, just so it's not like, here's the winged eagle. You know what I mean? We're going to try to keep it territory. If something pokes through, it's whatever. We're not going to be super stringent about it, but we're going to keep it prior to 95. We're going to try to find as much good imaging as we can on it. Some of the older, more trophy shop belts and stuff like that, we'll do what we can. Or we may have to use an image of a reprint or a replica, but we're going to try to be as original as we can with it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I do want to throw this out there. I do say we rank them, like when we list them, instead of just being like, here's 5 belts I like this is my number 5. Then like you'll do a number 5, I'll do a number 5. You'll do a 4, I'll do a 4. And that way we can see if we have any overlap too and stuff like that. But I think we go in there blind, and we don't beforehand go, hey, do we have any overlap? I doubt we will. Quentin has how would you say it? Would you say it's like an odd fascination, or
with horrible looking belts?
Yeah, well, just like the most trophy shop of trophy shop.
Yep, that's me. That's me.
If it looks like you could walk through a trophy shop and literally pick everything up and glue it on a piece of leather, Quentin might like it.
Yeah, I would.
So, which I am really anxious to see what kind of pictures he finds.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a real fun one. We're not gonna have to worry about breaking down a match or looking at a video. We just get to get some pictures together, and we get to talk about the belts, and we get to giggle about stuff. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I figure that's a really good way to. I don't know. Are we going to end out the year with that, or are we going to do one more on the 30th? I'm just looking at the taping schedule.
I didn't look at the calendar.
Yeah, so we tape on Thursdays for those of you who don't know. But so the next episode will be taped on the 23rd and released on Christmas Eve. And then following our normal taping schedule, we would tape again on the 30th
What it depends on you how if you got time to edit it and everything. I don't know.
Man,
Well,
I'm free the 31st until about, oh God, I don't know, until about
well,
noon.
you'd have to get it to me on the 31st because I'm leaving on the 1st to go to my dad's for a few days.
Yeah, I'll get it to you on 31st. But yeah, if you want to do one year in blowout, let's do a
Yeah,
year in blowout. We got to think of something special for that. So that's something else we'll do in the 7 days. Let's think of something special to do for the big year in blowout and go from there. Never mind. How can I?
just save it.
I'm just trying to think how I'd get it to where we could both watch it because I've got a match of hours. I've got two things. I've got a match of hours, and I've got copious amounts of my backyard stuff. I'm talking insane amounts.
Oh,
and I can't post any of it with raw footage because we were dumb kids and probably saying stuff that would get us canceled nowadays. So I figured the only way I could post full matches of these is if somebody else was doing commentary on. So, but yeah, so we'll have some. Our brains are going to be working in 2 weeks. We'll have something planned for the big end of year Territorial Rasslin review blowout. But next week, Battle of the Belts.
There you go.
Your 5 against my 5. What is it? Teams of 5 fight to survive.
Did you just make that up?
No, Survivor Series, baby.
Oh, duh.
It's only team of 5 for a few years, and then Vince was like, "Let's do 4."
People couldn't see around the ring.
Yeah.
How many guys in paper? All right, who we plugging real fast before we get out?
Oh yeah, let's get those out of the way. All right, guys, please be sure to visit our friends over at crowbarpress.com. Our good buddy Scott Teal. Pick up the well, you've actually been looking at some stuff from Scott. Does he have anything new or in the works? Or was that just DVDs you've been sent to review and you had time to do it?
No, this is old stuff he gave me that he didn't need no more.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, well, then in that case, the newest thing from Scott Teal is Tonight, the story of Bert Prentice's life. Pick that up. I've heard good things about it, specifically from Bill Barron's. He said it was pretty funny to read and relive. So I'm sure there were some good stories in there. I don't know if he talks about the match that Mike Porter and Bill had, but the conversation about the book led into Bill telling me about that match. So I hope Bill writes a book one day and puts it in there because that was pretty entertaining. Speaking of books, we got our friend Chris Michaels' book, Indestructible, Chris Michaels' story. You'll have to find him on social media, and he'll get a book sent straight out to you, autographed and everything. Put whatever you want in it, I'm sure. Let's see, we've got, what did we end up renaming it to? Quentin has rebranded what was originally UWA Luthez, the UWA Fez 1976.
It's just Luthez's UWA now.
Okay. So look up Luthez's UWA over on Facebook. And I wanted to ask you if you saw this. I'm sure you did.
Yes,
go ahead. I think we're on the same thing.
I'm for sure, however you say the guy's name, has found more UWA TV. So I'll put the link up there on there. So go check it out. It's crazy how there was only 2 shows for all these for 20-something years. No, hold on, from 76, early 90s, the 2 shows popped up. So since, let's say 92 till now, almost 20 years. No, almost 30 years. We've got 3 or 4 more shows just popped up. That's crazy.
I would love, have you reached out to this guy?
I haven't.
I would love for you to reach out sometime, and maybe we've done a guest here or there, but not a lot. I would love to if we could possibly, because Monty will probably never be on as much as we try.
Well, I with this guy, I don't know if, because he hardly don't have a lot of wrestling on his Facebook.
Right.
So I don't know if he's actually a wrestling fan, if he just found the stuff or what.
Well, but even then, like the story of, hey, where did you find this stuff? I think would be an interesting story. And, when you saw it, what made you go, hey, if he's not a wrestling fan, what made him go, wonder if anybody would be interested in this? Because it's very possible he bought a box from an auction or a storage unit, found all this stuff.
He got it from somewhere.
And thankfully had the presence of mind to go, hey, let's put this on YouTube and see if anybody's interested in it. Because these are masters.
Yeah. They're from
this footage is so clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Luthez's UWA, which apparently, did you know, if what I was reading has been true, he was doing this in Mexico before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see. I knew there was a UWA Mexico.
He's had like 3 UWAs. He had the national one when he shut down, when that all fell out. Actually, I actually found some shows late 76, early 77 up in somewhere in Kentucky. I found the advertisements, and it was already a show going, and so he got in with this, whoever ran this show. I can't remember. I got it on my computer, on my files. They named it UWA for like a couple months, and then they stopped calling it UWA, and I noticed he wasn't on the cards no more. Then sometime in 77, he went to Florida, opened up him, and he got somebody to back him, and they opened it, which this was, I don't know what he was thinking. If he couldn't beat Goulas, I don't know why he's thinking he's going to go into Florida and try to run against Graham. But he went to Florida. Insane. Yeah. So he went, especially in 77, and went down there and started up UWA down there with somebody. And I don't think that didn't last long at all from what I've been able to find about it. And then he went to Mexico. So
okay, so the way the article I read like Mexico was the first stops, but it was actually the last.
I don't know. I don't know if it was the first or the last, but it was either the first or the last. Okay. It was either the first of it or the last. I don't know which one. Because I want to say it might have been is it the first last? Because I think it might have been the last, because I want to say he had something to do, because it was still going up into the 80s, but wasn't Mexican Angel, what's his name? I can't remember. Worked for Mexican Angel for Goulas. He had something to do with it down there in Mexico. I can't remember. It's all jumping together. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, so Nashville wasn't his only UWA he tried to start up. So
do you think there's anywhere he could have went and set up shop and took over?
That time period? No.
Like, because I was sitting here thinking, and I was like, well, Central States never did good, but at the same time, I'm like,
Central States was good in the 70s.
Okay. But even if he tried to go in there during the not good years, he still had Harley and Geigel and everybody in the office, and they could pull in a favor anytime they needed it and get a stacked card to run against them.
There's nowhere. I mean, for his style, it was more of a northern style, and all the big places were already established.
Yeah. Do you think he could have went out to LA and tried? Because they were one of the first territories to fall. Like, I don't know about the time period, but I know LA was one of the first ones to go, hey, man, we're done.
Yeah, the LaBelles. I don't think he wouldn't. I wouldn't, because it's just hard to go, because didn't Murdoch and Mulligan actually, after they bought Emerald, they actually went out there and didn't succeed.
See, I didn't know they ever went out to California. I know Mulligan tried Southeastern, and that didn't go well.
From what I saw it somewhere. I'm pretty sure about this. I know my brain's kind of warped now, but I remember seeing some footage of them advertising in California, and it was when Mulligan and Murdoch was running, and they went out there, and I don't think they were out there long. They had TV, and they had the NWA gimmick. It might have been after LaBelle shut down, because that's about the same time period. I just think it would just, I don't know. It's one of those, it's funny because they did so good in LA for so long. I don't know, and then then it wasn't too much longer. Shire basically closed down, he lasted a little longer, like the 80, 81-ish or something like that, 82 maybe. Then he shut down. And then Vern tried to go in there in Oakland and all that with TV, and he never really drew really good, So I don't know. They seem like California was the first to die, I guess.
Yeah.
But I just don't think Thayers could have went anywhere, because everywhere was established in the 70s, Didn't run. I mean, because didn't George Cannon, he tried to run against several times. Was it like Detroit, Toronto, that area? And it failed. I think he did that a couple times. And then was it Eddie Ihorn, IWA? They was going nationwide. They tried to do nationwide way before anybody else thought, and that didn't. And it basically turned in after a couple of years. I think it became like a South Carolina, North Carolina independent. Basically what that turned into. They were going different place, but I just don't think there was a place for him to go. And And Nashville was so small at the time. Nashville was, oh gosh, on Nick's side of the territory, Chattanooga was his main town, Birmingham, Huntsville, and Nashville. And I think Huntsville and Nashville did about the same. Nashville might have been a little bigger than Huntsville on the houses. So him to go in, and he eventually, I think in April, end of April, 1st of May, he actually went in. He went into Chattanooga to run against Nick. But to start off in Nashville, when Nashville was only drawing 1,500 people, that's kind of because the building Nick had only held like 1,500 people. They every now and then they get 2,000 there, but that was putting a lot of ringside seats because they had the bleachers off, and they had all because they were in that building in the expedition building, what do you call it? With the low ceiling, and it had the rollout bleachers, and the building wasn't wide; it was long. So they would have had a lot of they could have put a lot of things in there, and I do have some of the attendance record sheets they filled out for the state athletic commission in '78, and they had a couple houses at 2,000, but I put 2,000 people in that building, dude. That's a lot of floor seats. So there, I just don't see. I don't know why. I think because he had good money backers is why he did Nashville, but realistically, it wasn't going to work. And at that time period, any of your big towns, had somebody there. So I don't think it was going to work anywhere. So,
yeah, no,
I know it was a long way around that, but
no, I mean, I get it. All the guys were also so set up there, where they were. You know what I mean? Their territories had been established for years. It's not like any of these territories were brand new.
Yeah, because that's like Dick the Bruiser tried to go sometime in the 70s, tried to go in and run Detroit against Sheik, and he had a good little run for a while against Sheik, but he couldn't dethrone him, put him out of business. So so it's just not everybody had territory and been there for a while. So
had already established their fan base and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean he might could have went up and try to go like maybe Idaho, the Dakotas, but Vern did the Dakotas a little bit,
Yeah.
A couple times a year. But that's the thing is, though, I don't think you could establish a full-time territory in those states because nobody ever did.
Yeah, no, so I don't think you could.
Yeah, anywhere it wasn't established, there's a reason why it wasn't established.
Yeah, and usually it'd come out to something like population density.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, So I just don't think I just there was, like I said, he had good money, people invested, but it just wasn't gonna work. The styles was too different anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, he had good talent. He had some, but he had some of Goulas's older guys like Lorenzo Parente. He was a spoiler. Was he a spoiler? I think he won the spoilers. I think.
There was a spoiler on one of the episodes that I watched a little bit of that I was pretty sure was Frank Morrell.
That was Frank Morrell, yeah. But there was there was the spoilers. He was either the spoilers or was it medics maybe, or
I know one of the videos had medics on it. I haven't watched that one yet.
That was Jim Starr and Tom Andrews. That was the medics. That was the interns. That was the interns. That was the real interns with Dr. Ken Ramey. But now he was the other guy, Parente. He was he worked for Goulas for a long time under mask and stuff. He was a top guy. But that was, by this time he was basically semi-retired. You had Frank Morrell who worked, the territory, worked a lot of it in the Southeast. But a lot of those guys wasn't from around here. I mean, you had like Mike Boyette, who had a little stint with Goulas, but he was mostly out of Mobile.
Troy Graham was in one of the videos I was watching.
Yeah, he was one of the job guys. Him and Troy Graham, Jack Graham, they were the job guys. But I'm talking the guys that they put over. Tommy Siegler, he worked. Right before that, he worked a little bit of Knoxville before this, but I think he was mostly in the Carolinas. But yeah, that's really not many local guys. Did you see the one match with George Weingroff?
No, I literally just watched a little bit of one. I'm going to go back and watch.
It's got George Weingroff on it. He's wrestling Mr. Wrestling. It's a 14-year-old Terry Gordy. And watch how good Terry Gordy was at 14.
Oh, I'm excited to see that.
Amazing. I didn't know who it was. So, because I asked because when I first got the tapes in '92, or was it 90? It was 92 or 93. I got the tapes. I can't remember what it was. Actually, I think I got them 92, and then I finally when I got them in '92, I was watching them, and then in '93 I started working on a lot of cards with George Weingroff, and it took me a while to talk to him because I was so what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidated by him. So finally, after I got around rough, so I asked him, I said, who was the Mr. Wrestling on the UWA Luthez promotion? He said, you don't know who that was? I said, no. He said, that was a 14-year-old Terry Gordy. And I was like, what? And then after that, it's been out now. Yeah, it was 14. And I got his application wrestling license, and he has a work social security number and worked age on it. He's 18 on his application instead of 14. But you look at him, you cannot tell that's a 14-year-old boy. He was already a man at 14.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So yeah. All right. We went way over.
Yeah.
Last one we did good. An hour. I think we're like 2 hours tonight.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what else we may have missed. Definitely, like and subscribe on our YouTube page, please.
Monte Carlo's page.
Yeah. Also head over to WMF Medium Rare. Monte Carlo is putting out. I think he's sticking to that once a month right now. But hopefully we get enough people over there. He'll upload some stuff and get us some new, even if it's just Kevin Jones stuff at this point.
Yeah.
And then
go and like, subscribe to all the videos we use.
Yeah, absolutely. Please show them some love because we're using the heck out of them.
Yeah, we're using their stuff. So yeah, go to their. Every time we tell you who we're watching it from and everything, and I always give the link on the Facebook page of where the match is at if you can watch the match by itself. But you always like to subscribe to those guys because they're putting the time put out there on YouTube, and we're using it. So go give those guys some love, all of them. But I think that's it.
If you want the Territorial Rasslin Tees official T-shirt or just any other random shirts I happen to have on there, storefrontier.com/Plunky's Gimmick Table. I'm in the process of moving everything over there, but I do have the Territorial Rasslin T-shirt over there, as well as my Disney inspired, we will say, Heels Don't Get Happy Endings T-shirt. And yeah, like and subscribe our stuff.
Your NWA stuff, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I'm fired. And be sure to subscribe to the NWA package over on Fight TV. They also have the replays of the most recent pay-per-view out of Atlanta, GA. And I just slipped on what the name was of it. I totally forgot the pay-per-view name. By any means necessary. Boom.
And the new show they got coming up on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Starting January 8th, NWA USA will be debuting on YouTube. It'll have a lot of the matches from the Junior Heavyweight Championship tournament, as well as just all the different stars will be on it. It'll be a sprinkling and kind of a crossover of people from Power, and people from USA will go to Power. Just more content, and this is free content. People are asking for a return to YouTube, so you got it with NWA USA.
Cool. All right, I think that's about it. You got anything else to add?
I'm good.
If you're done, I'm done. Stick a fork in her, she's done. For Jeremiah Plunkett, Quick Cruiser. Hey, that's me. Thanks for listening. God bless.
Bye-bye, everybody.